every moment it's being mindful and having joy in your life, right? And for me, that is the most difficult thing to do, because I have to catch my mind to remind it and control it to bring it here.
You stink of Zen is a quote that we talked about. Let's talk about Zen and where that came from. How did that start?
When I was in Thailand,
right,
and I was in the mornings, I should go to temple and talking to this particular monk who speaks really good English, and we're talking about mindfulness, mm-hmm. and Thais have a different name for it, but I saw Zen, to be in the moment, and he said something to me after I gave him a couple quotes about Zen, I wanted him to know that I know Zen.
Right. That you fit in.
And that's where I failed, right? Oh. Because you don't tell a master that you know, right? He's just, but that's where he told me, he said, you don't know Zen, you stink of Zen.
Stink of Zen.
Yes, like you preach it, you talk about it, and it's not something you talk about. It's like saying integrity. You don't talk about integrity. Right. You either have it or you don't. Mm-hmm. You don't put it on it's not mm-hmm. a billboard kind of thing, And I and then I was introduced to Alan Watts, which is the white first American who talked about Zen and had a bunch of books. God, he has this thing I remember reading about that he just blew my mind. And listen to this carefully, and everyone, he wrote a book about Zen, which is wonderful, right? Then his assistants came to him one day and said, "Sir, we found 16. We found a company who will translate your book on Zen in 16 different languages. That is so great." And they were so excited. And Alan Watts kind of sat back and said, "You wasted your time." And they said, "Well, sir, what do you mean? It's all these different language." He goes, now listen to this carefully. He says, "The sound of rain needs no translation." Right? If you're in the moment and you're mindful, you don't need to translate that. There's no need for a translation. It's there. And it's there, not when I said there, but every moment it's being mindful and having joy in your life, right? And for me, that is the most difficult thing to do, because I have to catch my mind to remind it and control it to bring it here. Because even right now, I'm thinking, I wonder if I'm communicating this right. I wonder if you're getting it. I wonder if people that are listening, you know what I mean? So my mind is constantly, right? So the whole idea of the Zen is nothing to talk about, is just to be mindful, to be in the moment and breathe. Right. And look at the most simple thing. I'll tell you, one of the things that Kavi even says, the true life, true joy is doing ordinary things in an extraordinary way. I don't need to do extraordinary things. I need to make sure I drink my coffee, but do it in the most extraordinary way. Right. How do I do that? By really enjoying the moment. To, share that with the loved one, and that's what being extraordinary is. Right. And what's the difference between ordinary and extraordinary? It's a little extra. Yep. Right? That's it. We don't have to do heroic, go save someone's life, whatever. We just need to do the ordinary things in an extraordinary way. Mm-hmm. And that's what, to me, he was trying to say being what mindful mm-hmm. is all about.
Yeah, and back to the monk in Thailand, and you stink of Zen, mm-hmm. he was saying all of that. You're telling me all this, but you're not here, right?
Exactly.